Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome back to Intuitive Insights with Willow. Here is where I'm always wishing you peace and the understanding that life is always happening for you, not to you. So let's see what's going on with you. Who's coming to you? Well, shoot, the last three readings has really been what's going on with them. It's been them. They are facing them. So that's probably why I said that. Anywho, let's get to the juicy juice. Cards agree. Four of ghosts. Ooh. So you could be dealing with one first. It could be a Cancer that you're dealing with. But also you could be dealing with some stubborn energy, some stagnant energy. You could be dealing with somebody that is stubborn as hell, don't want to listen, and they're coming to you like they're trying to engage with you, but they're not changing. That would piss off Sagittarius. Let's see, bottom of the deck, Nine of Imps. They could also be a Sagittarius like yourself. It could be a fire sign. But someone who doesn't want to change. It's like someone hard of hearing. You have why? Two of pumpkins. How you want balance and you want things to be in order, but you don't want to change. That's interesting. People are really interesting. If people listened with the intent to receive, you would realize in a conversation with people how unique people are. Like, people are very unique. It's interesting. But yeah, the reason why is this person coming to you? This is somebody that was like, in their feelings, this is what it is. They're not really trying to hear any different points of views. And it's a person now who's like, okay, trying to come out of that energy. They're attempting. Let's give credit where it's due. And now they want to know, how can we balance this out? How can we grow from this? You know, because both of these cards, Four of Cups, which is Four of Ghosts, and the Seven of Pumpkins, both give the energy of tiredness, stagnant, stuck. This is lethargic, and this one right here is stagnant, Four of Ghosts. So it's a standstill. But how can we grow in the frost? That is, so winter could be very essential for you, because I am seeing ice everywhere. Let's see, that's the why, so the motivation for them coming towards you. But let's see their intentions. What you really want from this? You want to grow, but is you really wanting to change? Because Sag ain't trying to hear all that. You ain't trying to change. You want to get something done, let's do that. But other than that, get out my face. Eight of Bats, because they're obsessed with you. There's an obsession. There's oh, that couldn't be the freeze. That could be why we saw a freeze. The reason being, there's, they're consumed with you. They're like, okay, I'm wrong, you wrong, but let's make this better. Their intention is to get out of this. Their intention is to stop overthinking, to stop fighting with themselves, to stop fighting with you. They can't get you off their mind. Whatever this is between the two of you, it's constantly cycling within them. Whether they're showing it or not, this is what's going on in their psyche. I mean, that Gemini energy is really heavy for them. Look at that. Justice is at the bottom of the deck. I mean, they do want to balance things out with you. They want to come to terms. They want to make a peace with this, but they don't want to lose you. So whether this is romantic, platonic, family, work, it's not giving me that. It's just giving me someone who is consumed with having you in their life. This could have been someone, if it is romantic, someone that's been single for a while. They're single because they find peace in being alone. But, you could be alone. Oh, this is a person that's alone even around people. You ever met someone that's like that? Like, I can be in a room full of people and just still feel alone. Like, feel like I'm just by myself. Let's look at your advice. You bring them out of that though. When they're with you, they feel seen. They don't feel alone. They feel accepted. That's what this is. That's the underlying battle with this connection. They could be boring. I just heard boring. And Sagittarius, you guys like to do stuff. You stay busy. If you're not cleaning, you're out in the community. If you're not out in the community, you're doing something. Look, y'all like to stay busy. If you ain't working, you're at home. If you ain't like gaming or cleaning, you know, you're out there in the community doing something, shopping, walking in the park, you know, partying. If you're not doing that, you're fucking. So you Sagittarius like to be doing something. Having a Sag just sit and be quiet, that I've never seen that. Never. I know a lot of Sagittarius. I love me some Sagittarius. Hell, I got a sister that's a Sag. She always busy. Only time she ain't busy is during her nap time. She need that nap. Come on, outcome. Oh, Nine of Ghosts. There is some emotional fulfillment that's coming here. There's gonna be some. Well, it does give me a Sag that is solo. Why I say outcome? This is not outcome. This is advice. Oh my God, look at me jumping the gun. Still, it still applies the same. This is an individual who is, they ain't really phasing you. And this is advice for both of you. Both of you are happy, you know, you're independent on yourself. You're happy and fulfilled alone with yourselves, within yourself. You're not alone. You know, you're not lonely. You like being alone. You like, Sag, you want to be free, do your own thing. If you're dealing with this Cancer, now Cancers are different. Cancer love to be that thing for you. You got to understand, a lot of people sit up there and they say Cancers are manipulated, blah, 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 blah. They are. I mean, they are. But Cancers love to be essential. They must be a value in your foundation. They gotta be needed. And they rightfully so. They dot the I's, cross their T's. They take really good care of you. I don't care if it's a Cancer man. I hate when people, I shouldn't say hate, that's such a strong word, but it disgust. It brings me disgust when they talk so poorly about Cancer man. Cancer man are such big lovers. They really are. They're the type that'll rub your back, rub your feet, cook you something to eat, take care of the kids, bathe the kids, put the kids to bed, you know, take them to school. They're the ones that'll clean the house. They're the ones that, okay, you can do your own thing, you know, do whatever you want. I'm going to do what I want. But they like, when they need you to be there for them, because they fuck up. I mean, they're human. It's not monetary for a Cancer. No one talks about that with Cancer energy. It's not monetary for them. For them, it's emotional. For them, when they call, you answer. For them, when they're sick, you nurture them. That is a Cancer. That is how Cancers are. Are they... They're kind of weird when they verbalize their emotions. I've dealt with 3 Cancer men, and they are kind of weird. They don't necessarily do eye contact and stuff with them. They just it's I've never dated Cancer, but it's always been odd. I've actually wanted to. That's one of the signs I always wanted to date, because they're so nurturing, and I love that quality in a man. But I mean, and they give until they have nothing left to give, and when they feel like they're empty, they go and do whatever they need to do so they can be of value to you. I've always admired that in Cancer men, but I've never had one. I mean, I have a Cancer uncle, and even while he was in prison, he's done now, he did his 41 years. When he was in prison, he was sending money to his family. You know, he was still of value to his family in the penitentiary. I just found that so interesting, and actually admired that about him, being in jail. And when he got out, family was his big focus as well. So you could be dealing with someone, Sag, that needs to feel needed. For a Sag, that can be a problem, because a Sag wants you. They don't need you. That's a Sag. I'm going to get it on my own. Sag, the earth signs, that's just how I'm going to get it on my own. I take that back. Capricorns need someone. I know for damn sure Taurus don't. Taurus is a, I don't need you, I want you. I like having you. But when you fall in love, it even still they'll still let you go. Like, no, I got me. Fuck that. It'll work out. Look, me being a spokesperson for all Tauruses. But anyways, yeah. So what this advice is that, you know, you guys focus on yourself. Continue to give yourself self-love. Continue to put yourself first. You know, you gotta fill your own cup, and I can see that being a challenge for a Cancer. Their cup is filled when you are happy, when you are at peace. Protecting is their biggest thing. And that protection turns into possession and controlling. Very easy. It's a fine line between that. That could be a problem for you guys. So communicate that. You need to communicate that to each other. You know, like, you just got to. I don't know a better way to explain that to you besides you have to articulate that to each other. Like, yo, I'm good. You call, I'll get back to you. I don't need to be like talking to you like all the time. You know, I don't need you here like all the time in my personal space type thing. I need to be free. That is a Sag. Look at their sister sign. It's Gemini. You have to allow them to be free. If you make them feel tied down and on the leash, it's not going to work. They need to be free. Whereas Cancer's counterpart is Capricorn. Both of them, cardinal energy. Both of them, protection is a big thing for them. Creating an environment of peace and stability and, you know, lucrative in the material world. A lot of people don't talk about that with Cancers, but Cancers love to have nice things, just like Capricorn. The Chariot is always after great things, and the Devil is always after material gains. Both of them, it identifies their worth. They may not say that to you and be like, oh, I don't care. Yes, they do. Pay attention to them. Yes, they do. So, and family is a big thing for both of those signs. But see, a Capricorn, I ain't even gonna touch on that. Cancers, though, you know, everybody needs to be good, but Cancer needs to be in control of that as well. They both have that possessive aspect of them. All right, let's see the outcome. Outcome, 3 of Imps. So this does have the potential to expand and be something great, something better. So this is a very positive card to have as your outcome. Setting your ground. One person may need to surrender that need quality, and that would be Cancer. But I want to say too, in the sense that you would have to surrender, maybe change your independence. Being with this person can make them feel wounded if you constantly are happy or leaving them. Like, let me tell you something. If you ever want to make a Cancer feel hurt, be more joyous leaving them than being with them. That will hurt them, and it will hurt them really bad, because why are you so happy to leap from me? You know, it's one thing to be happy, but to be so joyful to leap from me, like there's more out there than what I'm giving you, it will interfere with their self-value. And I know that's your own self-esteem and all that good stuff, but it's valid. Like, it's stamped on with your joy. So you have to understand that's where that falls in. But here, there's expansion, there's growth. I mean, maybe the two of you could be like, all right, so we can't be like this, taking a break from each other. That can signify that as well. But I will say, with looking at these two cards, it's one is getting out of the emotion of not wanting to hear things and not being such a psycho, Cancer, when it comes to one's emotional needs, and understanding and being more receptive and willing to expand and embrace the other one's lifestyle. Because we're looking at Cancer and we're looking at Aries here, both cardinal energies, but Aries, just like the brother Sag and the fire signs, they need to be free. They don't need to be hindered. But one thing about Aries, they like to know where home is at. Like, if they mess with someone, they need to know, like, where you are. Where can I find you? Aries, a lot of people don't talk about that either with Aries. Aries must know where you are, what you're doing. And it's not a control factor. They need to know. Like, I need to know what you're doing. And, you know, that's why they're the type, they want to see you. When an Aries is really into you, they want to see you like every day. They don't need to be around you 24/7, but they need to be in your presence, your embrace every day. That's an Aries. And that goes the same for Cancer, okay? But the outcome does show expansion. It does show growth, a good development. Two people really coming together, laying out honesty on the table, and embarking on new adventures with one another, which will make both of you happy. All right. Bottom of the deck is a great card. It is the World coming full circle. So like I said, this relationship could be going separate ways, could be taking new avenues. But what it does promise is growth and a completion of whatever this is. It is ending and turning into something different and more prominent in a positive aspect. All right, Sag, it was a pleasure reading for you. I do appreciate your time and your attention. Understand that we cannot always control the things that happen outside of our world that tends to impede on our physical world, but we can 100% control the way that we respond to it. So do well to set boundaries, fiercely enforce them. Boundaries are for yourself to follow, and they are the blueprint of the requirements of other people to have you in their life. And also stand on integrity. As long as you move with integrity, whether the chips fall or they fly, you're going to be all right. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.